A pastor's prayer was cut short by 3 deafening gunshots, each bullet from a .45 pistol tearing through Thomas Douglas, his son Daniel, and daughter Linda, their bodies frozen at the dinner table, a Bible drenched in their dying breaths. Kate Douglas, the revered mother, stood in the garage, her icy stare hiding a monstrous truth. The murder weapon was hers, but a hidden camera unveiled a horror beyond imagination. Jefferson Douglas, newly freed from prison, hacking at the corpses with a kitchen knife, carving eerie symbols into their flesh, his blood-smeared grin whispering of a chilling conspiracy. What drove Kate to slaughter her family? Why did Jefferson desecrate their remains to stage a twisted lie? A tangle of illicit affairs, blackmail, and predatory secrets across decades fueled this carnage, shattering Community Faith Church and Redding's trust. Was this a desperate bid to silence the past, or a darker, unspoken pact? The Douglas family murders, a true crime nightmare of calculated slaughter and grotesque deception, demand answers. Every revelation pulls you deeper into their abyss. Will you dare to uncover the sinister truth behind this gory betrayal? 3 gunshots tore through a Saturday dinner, each .45 pistol bullet ripping through Pastor Thomas Douglas, his son Daniel, and daughter Linda, their bodies collapsing at the dining table in Redding, California's Willow Grove neighborhood. The pot roast sat warm, a Bible drenched in their final breaths, its pages clinging to blood. The chest wounds, surgically precise, screamed calculated murder, a true crime nightmare born of betrayal. First responders, spurred by frantic 911 calls, stormed the scene, their flashlights catching a blood-smeared chandelier. In the garage, Kate Douglas, the pastor's revered wife, stood frozen, her gaze icy. A .45 pistol, hers, nestled in her purse, its barrel warm, confirmed as the murder weapon, thrusting her into a chilling conspiracy. The dining room was a tableau of horror. Thomas, leader of Community Faith Church, clutched a napkin, death catching him mid-prayer. Daniel, a Shasta College pre-seminary student, bore defensive wounds, his arms raised in vain. Linda, an Enterprise High School standout, faced her killer, her choir, hymnal fallen. Kate's eerie calm unnerved officers. She didn't blink, one later swore. The true crime saga began with whispers of a church scandal rippling through Redding. The Douglases, pillars of faith, were now a crime scene, their secrets clawing free. Investigators found a hidden security camera, its footage a ticking bomb. A kitchen knife, suspiciously pristine, hinted at horrors beyond the shootings. Was Kate the sole architect of this slaughter, or part of a darker pact? The community, stunned, couldn't square the Kate of charity drives with the woman in cuffs. Her poised prayers at church felt like lies, her calm a mask for a motive yet unearthed. The true crime narrative tightened, each clue, wiped gun, untouched meal, pointing to a meticulously planned murder. Redding's faith faltered as the Douglas home, once a haven of Bible studies, became a house of death. The security camera promised answers, or perhaps a gorier truth, tying the murders to a conspiracy that would shake the town's core. The Douglas family murders were no tragedy, but a calculated descent into darkness, with Kate's icy stare the first thread in a web of secrets waiting to unravel. Redding revered the Douglas family as the soul of Community Faith Church, a shining emblem of Christian virtue. Pastor Thomas Douglas, with 17 years of stirring sermons, guided the flock through turmoil. Kate Douglas, his steadfast partner, led outreaches, her warmth a balm for the broken. Daniel, studying at Shasta College for ministry, inspired the youth group. Linda, a star at Enterprise High School, lifted hearts with her choir hymns. Their home, adorned with crosses, hosted potlucks, a beacon of faith. Yet, beneath this polished surface, a true crime conspiracy simmered, its poison ready to erupt in murder and betrayal. The congregation saw only perfection. "Thomas was our rock," a deacon said, voice cracking. Kate's tireless service, food drives, counseling, earned adoration. Daniel's quiet conviction echoed his father's, while Linda's poise captivated all. But cracks pierced the facade. Thomas lingered late at church, eyes heavy. Kate's smiles, though warm, felt staged, her gaze flickering when Cole Douglas, Thomas's father, appeared. Cole, a former pastor, loomed large, his influence unsettling. The true crime saga brewed, with Redding blind to the secrets threatening to shatter their idols. Churchgoers missed the signs, Kate's deference to Cole, Thomas's strained silences at family dinners. The Douglases' unity, a Sunday service performance, masked a fracturing core. Investigators, probing the murders, learned of Cole's lingering sway, his name whispered with awe or dread. Kate's closeness to him raised suspicions, her guarded demeanor a clue to a deeper church scandal. The true crime narrative deepened, with the Douglas home, a vault of photos and crosses, hiding a truth too dark to face. Redding's community, shaken by the dining table massacre, clung to an illusion. "Kate was our light," a member sobbed, faith faltering. The church, a sanctuary, now felt tainted, its pews thinning as whispers spread. A locked drawer in Thomas's office, holding cryptic notes, hinted at a conspiracy. The security camera footage, yet to be viewed, promised to rip the facade apart. The Douglas family, once Redding's pride, was a house of lies, its collapse a true crime spectacle that gripped the town with dread and curiosity. The Douglas family's saintly image was a sham, its fractures exposed by Jefferson Douglas, Thomas's estranged brother. From his prison cell, Jefferson, a convicted robber, tore into the family's toxic core, his voice thick with bitterness. Cole Douglas ruled like a king, he told investigators, and Thomas was his puppet. Cole, the former pastor and patriarch, cast a suffocating shadow, his expectations crushing Thomas's spirit. This true crime saga of murder and betrayal took root in a household where loyalty was a facade and secrets fueled a conspiracy poised to explode. Jefferson's account unveiled a family on the brink. Thomas, pastor of Community Faith Church, labored under Cole's legacy, his sermons hiding a private torment. Kate, the dutiful wife, gravitated toward Cole, her deference more than filial. She was his shadow, Jefferson sneered, hinting at a bond too close for comfort. The congregation, dazzled by the Douglases' public devotion, missed these rifts, but Jefferson's words lit a fuse. The true crime narrative tightened, with Cole's dominance a key to the blood-soaked dining table. Investigators sensed the murders were no outburst, but the climax of a festering betrayal. Jefferson's prison letters, laced with references to family rot, suggested deeper knowledge. His estrangement from Thomas, fueled by Cole's favoritism, bred a resentment that simmered for years. "Cole built a kingdom on lies," he wrote, "and we bled for it." Redding's community, reeling from the murders, whispered of a church scandal, their faith in the Douglases crumbling. The true crime puzzle grew, with each clue pointing to a family unraveling under Cole's iron grip. Churchgoers who once hailed Jefferson as troubled now saw his words as prophecy. A hidden box in Thomas's office, filled with photos of Cole and Kate, hinted at an unsettling intimacy. The security camera footage, still locked away, loomed as a revelation that could dwarf the murder's horror. Redding's trust in its spiritual guides faltered, the Douglas legacy now a true crime enigma that gripped the town with a relentless curiosity, promising a truth as brutal as the killings themselves. Cole Douglas's predatory past clawed into the true crime investigation, a dark legacy fueling the Douglas family murders. Katie Douglas, Thomas's mother, delivered a worn diary to detectives, its pages a grim catalog of Cole's sins. As former pastor of Community Faith Church, Cole preyed on congregants, his authority a weapon for coercion. The diary, now evidence, detailed 7 women who confided in Katie about his advances, whispered propositions, unwanted touches in sacred spaces. "He was a predator cloaked in faith," Katie said, voice shaking. This church scandal, buried for years, was the ember that sparked a conspiracy of murder and betrayal. The diary exposed a calculated cover-up. Cole's resignation, masked as health issues, followed complaints, but elders shielded his reputation, silencing victims to save face. Katie's meticulous entries, dates, locations, behaviors, painted a systematic predator. "I wrote to survive," she told detectives, her fear of Cole's wrath palpable. His lingering role as elder kept the congregation under his spell, his influence a poison. The true crime narrative darkened, with Cole's predation the root of the Douglas family's collapse. Investigators uncovered hints of Cole's hold over Kate. Her closeness to him, noted in Katie's diary, took a sinister edge. "He's her anchor," Katie wrote, "but it's wrong." The security camera footage, still pending, promised to unveil what Katie dreaded. Redding's community, battered by the murders, recoiled at Cole's tainted legacy. "We worshipped him," a congregant wept, trust shattered. The church, a former haven, now felt like a crime scene, its history stained by secrets. The true crime saga intensified, with Cole's sins a thread to the massacre. A hidden file in Cole's old office, holding letters from vanished congregants, echoed Katie's diary, deepening the scandal. The investigation zeroed in on Kate, her role entwined with Cole's dark influence. Redding braced for a truth that would make the dining table slaughter seem a mere prelude, the security camera's secrets poised to unravel a true crime nightmare that gripped the town with unrelenting dread. The true crime investigation into the Douglas family murders plunged deeper into a cesspool of betrayal, with Kate Douglas at its core. Emails unearthed from her laptop exposed a sordid affair with Cole Douglas, Thomas's father, a secret that festered like a wound beneath the family's saintly facade. The affair began months after Kate's marriage to Thomas, sparked in the shadowed corners of Community Faith Church's storage room. "Cole knew what I needed," Kate wrote to a confidant, her words chillingly unrepentant. This church scandal, spanning decades, was no fleeting lapse, but a calculated conspiracy, its fallout culminating in a blood-soaked dining table and a town shattered by murder. The emails painted a grim picture of deception. Cole, the predatory former pastor, orchestrated clandestine meetings when Thomas was away at conferences, his influence over Kate absolute. Cell phone records revealed late-night texts, their frequency spiking during Thomas's absences. A private DNA test, its results hidden in Thomas's office, confirmed the unthinkable. Daniel, the pre-seminary student, was Cole's son, not Thomas's. Katie Douglas, Thomas's mother, had suspected as much, her diary noting Kate's cold defiance when confronted. "She stared through me," Katie told detectives, "like I was already dead to her." The true crime narrative twisted tighter, Kate's betrayal a blade in the family's heart. Thomas, oblivious, poured his soul into his ministry, unaware his wife and father had woven a web of lies. Churchgoers recalled his pride in Daniel, oblivious to the biological truth that mocked his devotion. Kate's public role as the perfect wife, organizing charity drives, praying with congregants, masked her duplicity, her smiles a veneer over a secret that threatened to unravel everything. Investigators found a locked journal in Kate's nightstand, its cryptic entries hinting at her fear of exposure. "Cole holds the strings," she wrote, "but I'll cut them if I must." The true crime saga grew darker, each clue a step closer to the motive behind the murders. Redding's community, still grappling with Cole's predatory legacy, reeled at the affair's revelation. "Kate was our angel," a congregant whispered, her faith shaken. The church, once a sanctuary, now felt like a den of secrets, its pews emptying as whispers of betrayal spread. The security camera footage, still under review, loomed as the key to unlocking Kate's full role in the conspiracy. Had her affair with Cole driven her to murder, or was there a deeper, more sinister pact? The investigation tightened its grip, pulling Redding into a vortex of dread and fascination. Kate's secret affair was no mere indiscretion. It was the spark that ignited a true crime nightmare. The Douglas family's collapse, fueled by lies and forbidden desires, was far from over, with the promise of gorier revelations keeping the narrative taut and unrelenting. The Douglas family's house of lies crumbled further as Jefferson Douglas, Thomas's imprisoned brother, thrust a new betrayal into the true crime spotlight. A 10-page confession letter mailed from his cell detailed a chilling discovery. He had caught Kate and Cole in their illicit affair years ago, stumbling upon them in a church shed. Rather than expose them, Jefferson turned predator himself, blackmailing Kate into a coerced encounter that birthed Linda, the high school choir star now dead at her mother's hand. This church scandal, layered with conspiracy and murder, deepened the Douglas family's descent into a blood-stained abyss, leaving Redding hungry for answers. Jefferson's letter was a raw, unfiltered confession. "I saw them tangled up, no shame," he wrote, his words seething with opportunism. Demanding hush money Kate couldn't pay, he coerced her into a motel room while Thomas was at a pastoral retreat. The result was Linda, a secret Thomas never suspected. DNA tests uncovered in Thomas's office confirmed neither Daniel nor Linda was his, shattering his world when the letter arrived. "I broke him," Jefferson admitted to investigators, his guilt a late afterthought. The true crime narrative surged, each revelation a fresh wound in a family already bleeding from secrets. Thomas's devastation was palpable. Prison call logs captured his anguished pleas to Jefferson, his voice cracking as he demanded details. He withdrew from church duties, his sermons faltering, while Kate's icy composure masked her panic. Investigators found a crumpled note in Thomas's desk. "How could I not see?" The congregation, unaware of the brewing conspiracy, noted his distance, mistaking it for fatigue. Jefferson's life, meanwhile, had spiraled into crime, his robbery conviction landing him in prison, but his letter, penned after a near-fatal inmate attack, unleashed the truth that sparked Kate's murderous rage. The true crime saga grew gorier, with betrayal at its core. Redding's faith community, battered by Cole's predation and Kate's affair, now faced Jefferson's depravity. "He was no saint, but this?" a church elder muttered, stunned. The church, a crumbling relic of trust, saw its legacy tainted further. Investigators uncovered motel receipts in Jefferson's old belongings, corroborating his story, while Kate's journal hinted at her dread of his release. The security camera footage, now a ticking bomb, promised to reveal how far this conspiracy stretched. Had Jefferson's blackmail pushed Kate to slaughter, or was he more entwined in the murders? The Douglas family's secrets were a noose, tightening with each layer of betrayal. Jefferson's letter, a catalyst for carnage, set the stage for a true crime climax that would make the dining table massacre seem only the beginning. Redding braced for a truth that would sear its soul. Kate Douglas's mask of devotion shattered as her true crime conspiracy erupted in a blood-drenched frenzy. Stumbling upon Jefferson's confession letter and DNA results in Thomas's office, she crafted a lethal plan to bury the Douglas family's secrets. She acquired a tasteless cyanide derivative, plotting to poison a Saturday dinner in their Redding, California home. The starchy pot roast neutralized the toxin, leaving Thomas, Daniel, and Linda untouched. Fury overtaking her, Kate drew a .45 pistol, its bullets ripping through their chests, the dining table a slaughterhouse. The Bible, open to a psalm, soaked up their dying breaths, its pages a grotesque canvas of murder. Wiping the gun, Kate fled to the garage, her chilling calm haunting officers who cuffed her. Yet a hidden security camera unveiled a horror that redefined this church scandal, thrusting the true crime saga into a gorier abyss. Jefferson Douglas, freshly released from prison, crept into the house post-massacre, his kitchen knife slashing through the corpses. Carving cryptic symbols into their flesh, he staged a cult ritual to conceal a sinister pact with Kate to seize Community Faith Church's trust fund. The footage captured his blood-smeared sneer, a depraved dance of desecration, his whispers of "no one will know" chilling the frame. Cole Douglas, informed of the murders, turned a gun on himself, his scrawled note confessing, "I spawned this evil." Katie, Thomas's mother, collapsed from a heart attack, her diary's secrets buried with her. The true crime narrative surged, each revelation a fresh gash in Redding's psyche. The dining table massacre only the prelude to a deeper betrayal. Investigators, stunned by the footage, pieced together the conspiracy's scope. The knife, found pristine, matched the wounds, its symbols a deliberate misdirection. Kate's calculated slaughter and Jefferson's grotesque cover-up pointed to a shared motive, their alliance a venomous thread woven through decades of secrets. Redding's community, already reeling from Cole's predation and Kate's affair, braced for the trial, their faith in the church crumbling. The security camera's grim clarity promised to unravel the full depravity, with every frame tightening the grip of curiosity and dread. The Douglas family murders were no mere tragedy, but a meticulously orchestrated nightmare, fueled by predatory desires and ruthless ambition. Jefferson's gory handiwork, a testament to their pact, elevated the true crime saga to a new level of horror, leaving Redding hungry for the final reckoning that would expose the depths of this blood-soaked conspiracy. The Douglas family murders culminated in a true crime trial that gripped Redding, California, laying bare a conspiracy of murder and betrayal. Kate Douglas stood in the dock, her vacant stare chilling the courtroom as prosecutors presented 44 pieces of evidence. Security camera footage capturing Jefferson Douglas's frenzied mutilation of the victims' bodies horrified jurors, the carved symbols a grotesque mask for their church scandal. The .45 pistol, DNA tests proving Thomas's children weren't his, and Jefferson's confession letter painted a chilling portrait of calculated slaughter. Kate was convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder, sentenced to life without parole, the judge condemning her diabolical cruelty. Jefferson, tried separately, faced life for conspiracy and desecration, his blood-soaked grin a haunting specter in the true crime narrative. Community Faith Church, Redding's spiritual cornerstone, collapsed under the weight of secrets, its attendance plummeting 65%. Congregants, betrayed by their moral guides, abandoned pews stained by lies. "They were our light," a member whispered, voice hollowed by grief. The town, scarred by the dining table massacre, wrestled with a fractured faith, the Douglas legacy a wound that festered. Kate's unrepentant claim of enduring torment echoed in the courtroom, her refusal to see visitors in prison a final act of defiance. Jefferson's silence, broken only by a smirk, deepened the chill, their pact a shadow over Redding's soul. Investigators sealed the case, but the security camera's grim images burned into the town's memory, a testament to a family undone by predatory lust and ruthless cover-ups. The true crime saga left Redding divided, its trust in faith and community shattered. The church, once a sanctuary, stood as a hollow relic, its walls whispering of betrayal. Every piece of evidence, gun, knife, footage, told a story of calculated horror, but the why lingered, a ghost haunting the town's psyche. The Douglas murders redefined Redding's history, a true crime nightmare that exposed the rot beneath a facade of piety. The community, grappling with its lost innocence, faced a future marked by suspicion, the blood-soaked dining table a permanent scar. The conspiracy's final threads, woven through decades of secrets, lay bare a truth too grim to ignore, gripping viewers with a relentless curiosity for the darkness that birthed such carnage. Dark truths never stay buried. Subscribe and uncover them with us, one case at a time. Hit the bell so you never miss the next chilling reveal.